Good morning, it's the 7th of January. I've already done a video of this heater when I was tuning it up, but I didn't publish it yet because there was something that was bugging me. And yesterday I think I found out what was bugging me. Let me give you a little story. Max Backgraves. So what happened was, yeah, it's been really cold over Christmas and New Year, around about -20 all the year, all over New Year and holidays and stuff like that. But yesterday it picked up a little bit, and it gave me it got to -5. Phew. It picked up a little bit, so I managed to get out to do Debra's heater. If you can remember, I've got this red one here that's like a portable heater, but she's got one that's fixed, and we fixed it all up. I had it in the vise, had it running perfectly. I changed all the codes, we could crank that damn thing up, no problems at all. Except when I fitted it, I couldn't get it to get hot. It's really strange. So the story was that the original battery had frozen up, so I provided my Land Rover battery, which was 1000 amp, and I had it all charged up and brought it down, and I bought her a little charger because she's on an extension cable for electric, and it won't hold a lot of amps, if you see what I mean. So she's very limited, and that's why she can't use electric heating or anything like that. So the heater is kind of important. Anyway, plugged it in, got it running, bled it through, not a problem, voltage is correct, no worries, no error codes at all. But it wouldn't heat up. Now I know it was -5, but I could only get it to go to one yellow bar. I couldn't get it to go to the red bars. It was just sort of blowing, but I thought, well, that's not very good, is it? And the heater, the exhaust was clear. There was no soot or anything like that. So I tried playing around, as you do, to change the code. You know, when you've got to put 1688 in to alter the speed of the fan and alter the fueling. And I couldn't get into it. It wouldn't have it. So today what I've done is I've got my heater here as a test bench. So rather than spending hours and hours up there at -5 today, this has got the same controller, same heater, same everything. Ignore this tank, this is just a spare tank. But what I want to do is do one of two things. I got this here so I could test things in, but also if I want to work in my container doing a bit of tidying up when it's cold, I want to move it, hence the handles on the top. You know, I can move it around. But does it lose its settings when you disconnect the battery? I don't know. I really don't know. But I had this set up perfectly, and it was going like a train. So I'm going to put the battery on, and we're going to go through it step by step. Now the battery is fully charged up. There we go. Now also I've got the exhaust pipe here going out through the door, so we won't be able to see what the fumes are like, but we want to get this going. Now a test would be if it's kept its settings. I programmed this controller to talk to that one. If it switches on, we know that it's kept some settings. So let's try. Let's switch it on. Hooray. So let's let it go through its motions and we'll come back. Right, we're about 2 minutes in and the pump has just started. Now you can hear, now it's really pulling up speed now. And I've got here a new toy. Hey! Ooh. It's an air manometer. 52 miles an hour. Wonder what that is in. 23 kilometers. 23 meters per second. 84 kilometers an hour. 4,624 feet per minute. or 45.6 knots. Now maybe you're going to say that you shouldn't hold it right close, but I changed the settings on this so it would blow like a demon. And you can see here, well, you can probably see the exhaust starting to smoke a bit now. It's really going like a train. So I'm pleased that it's not losing its settings. So what's going wrong with Debra's thermal camera? Well, let's see. 235 degrees Celsius. I tell you, it's really, really hot. This is what I wanted it to be like in her van, in her camper thing. Now we could turn that down. To its minimum setting. And it's very, very responsive. 1.7 is the minimum. And the pump dies down. So I am very pleased that this is actually working without having a standby battery on it. So that means I can pick this up, plug it in and go to town. Yeah. So let's go up to top speed again. 5.4 hertz for the pump. You can see how fast and responsive it is. Now I like it like that. People say, oh, it's too much, too much. But if you're in a container, well, there's no such thing as too much. Well, you could get your sausage out. Yeah, no, that's really good. So that's answered me a big question. Is it the gauze that's the difference? Because we know we're not losing timing, but we're not losing the settings, which means there's something wrong. Now, could it be that the cold air coming in is too cold? Maybe. But why has it lost its settings? Now, another thing. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I just realised something. I wonder if her tank outside is getting covered in snow and the breather is getting blocked up. I might drill a hole in here and put a flexible pipe that will go down, because at the moment it's sat at the top. I think that's what I'll do. The difference about this controller, the black controller, this is the black plug controller, is that on the original one with the white plugs, let's see if I can get this right. Oh, look at that, first time. Right. When you turned the heat down, these bars went down. These always remain static now. You just change it by up and down. This is what I wanted, and this is why these two heaters are exactly the same. Our heater and this heater is exactly the same. Why does this one work and why doesn't hers work? I've got some notes here that I've been making, and I'll gladly share them to you once I get them all completed. I'll put them in a PDF file, and I'll put them in my shop as a freebie. You can download them yourself. You might want to buy something else in them. But it says here, to change from hertz to centigrade, hold the up arrow and then press the star. Oh, how easy was that? That was stupid. Let's fire it up again. I thought we were going to go through all sorts of manifestations of do the okey cokey and shake it all about. Now, as for the experiment of changing the heat settings, couldn't have worked simpler. Look, when you, instead of seeing hertz on here now, you've got temperature. But what is the temperature of? Because it's certainly blowing a lot more air out of there than 32 degrees. Yeah, 35 is max. So what is that? I don't know. I think I might just take a journey up there and sort it out, because now I know that this is working, you know. So I don't know if it's, I keep repeating myself because I've done this at different times, but I'm not sure if it's the breather's blocked and making the pump struggle a little bit, or the ambient air's too cold. It's a bloody heater for crying out loud, it should get warm. I really don't know. Or is it the gauze? I'm going to change it anyway because it's really easy to get out. I've got the tool to take it out with, like the spanner. Oh, you want to see that as well, don't you? So when you get a service kit, you can get a service kit with the gaskets and a new glow plug and everything. But sometimes if you don't want to get these twice, so this is the plug, the socket should I say, to take out the glow plug. And it simply goes over the wires because it's got a slot in it. It's 12mm, and then you can unplug it dead easy. Then you've got a prick, and that will pull out the gauze, you know, pull the gauze out. But also there's a little hole on the side of the burner, which you can sort of prick out and make sure that it's all free. And it comes with a little Tommy bar. This doubles up for two things: to get the plug out, or also to put the gauze in. That's really cheap. That's what the nice thing about these heaters is, the parts are cheap. But like I said, that's absolutely superb. Well, this is turning out to be a real mystery. I just got back from Debra's camper. And again, I couldn't get this heater to work. I couldn't get into the settings for the controller. I changed the glow plug, and well, I checked the glow plug, that was fine, and I changed the gauze, that was fine. But I couldn't get into the settings. So what I've done is, instead of freezing my ass off up there, I brought back the controllers and I'm going to try them on here, but I'm just going to do one at a time to see which is which. So this is the original controller off her camper. So I'm going to pop the cover off and try it. Right, so here goes. I've got the controller and I've only got it on by one screw. I'm just going to unclip the thing. Now, like I say, I couldn't get in to change the settings on this one. Don't know what's wrong with it. Let's start it and see if it goes on. So it works, but I couldn't get it past, we had one red bar on it. Now today's not too bad because it warmed up to about 1 degree, well, -1. So that wasn't too bad, but that's that. Now I've marked up mine, and this one's Debra's. That's the circuit board. Let's see what happens to this and see if I can get it to control. As you know, on the first video, even with the battery off, it keeps the setting, so I want to see what's going on with this one. Well, as you can hear, getting up to speed. Start this up, max minimum, unit, miles per hour. 47 miles an hour. It wouldn't do that before. I want to keep my eye on the heat thing here. We're up to a yellow. Now, if this goes to red, I'm thinking it might be the fuel pipes that's the problem. And it is getting very hot now. 122. Yeah, we're on 2 bars. So that goes to prove that this controller must be working, because it's talking to that one. So the only thing I can think about now is it, if I put this controller onto here, is that, you know, this motherboard, is that going to make the difference? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to temporarily switch over the motherboard and see if that works, if there's any difference. Right, so now I've got Debra's controller, Debra's motherboard, and it's exactly the same. So it has to be fuel supply. That's going great. Let's have a test. 50 miles an hour. So obviously it's getting up to fan speed because it's getting fuel. I used some Webasto nylon pipe. I think it's too small for the volume of the pump. I had some in stock because I thought anything was better. Anything was better than that nylon, that green pipe. So that is going great guns now. I'm not going to even bother with tuning it up. I'm not bothering for now because we need to get this working. But that is now with her system. Let's have a look. 140. 140. And like I say, we're up to 3 bars. We're up to the 2 bars now. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that for this winter because it is getting cold now. So I'm going to shut this down, take her controllers off, change the pipes, and that should be it. I'll report back